Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey guys, thank you for taking out the time of your day to join me and my thoughts. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. I am your wonderful host. That's where the applause in my mind is playing. I'm your host, EnviiDee. I appreciate your presence. How's your week? Happy hump day. I hope your week has been awesome. I feel like if you're able to listen to me, then you're pretty good. Life's not that bad if you have time to listen to a podcast. But we're going to go ahead and get it going. So, look, let's talk about some peace. Like, the trend that was going around, like all the other trends on social media. And it was the memes and the tweets and the Facebook posts about, be my peace. I'm already dealing with whatever. Be my peace. I'm already losing my edges. Be his peace. He already has 6 baby mamas, whatever it is. And it was very humorous to read. And I know I retweeted a post or two. It was cool. But in reality, the truth is a lot of us are putting the responsibility of peace on other people, or we've taken on the responsibility for being peace for other people. And yeah, that's not cool. Not at all. That's a lot of responsibility to have or to expect from someone else for something so big as peace. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of people, including myself at one point, feel like we have this general idea of what peace is. But it's usually always associated with something or someone, right? So the truth be told, that's not necessarily peace. It's associated peace, maybe, or an emotion of happiness or contentment while being in the presence of someone or while occupying a certain item, but always associated with something else. Um, I feel like once you really and truly experience absolute peace and the happiness that's associated with it, and just the chill energy of knowing that you can find safety within the peace that you've already established solo. Like, like you could be really going through some heavy shit, but if you really have experienced peace, you kind of can find safety in knowing that it is temporary, and it's really no need to just be wilding out, spazzing on people, making irrational decisions, stressing for sure if you ultimately can't control the situation. That's not saying don't do everything possible that you can do to improve your situation. Like, you have to do the work. But if you've done everything that you can do, there's really no reason to stress over anything that is out of your control. Um, I feel like associated peace comes into play um, when you are experiencing chaos, because you have this void, because you're anxious, things are out of control. So you need to find this not genuine version of peace, knockout version, right? Because it's associated with someone else or something. It's not just a solo experience that you find for yourself. Um, so you run towards, if it's a thing, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's gambling, um, maybe it's drugs, maybe it's shopping, working out, whatever it may be, whatever thing that you gravitate towards to fill this void, to find some type of sense of peace in that moment, then you overindulge. right? Because while you're doing it, you feel really good. You're distracted from the reality, but you feel good. So in your mind, you're at peace, right? But it's really creating bigger issues to add on to what you're already dealing with. Or if it's a person, then you're always running and in search of this person that brings you sense of happiness, a sense of stillness, a sense of peace, basically. So you're always in search of maybe a fulfilling relationship or friendships. You are forgiving, tolerate a lot of things, find yourself in a lot of toxic situations, but for whatever reason, this person makes you feel content, at ease, like, you kind of get lost in time. Yeah. So in your mind, you've experienced peace, right? Until something really happens, like for real. Because it's usually like you really discover real peace and like real faith. And I feel like most spiritual people are that because they went through some really fucking tough shit, some like heavy shit that no one could help them out of. No one could really come to their aid. So they had to endure some intense pain and emotions by themselves. Either you're going to lose your mind or you're going to give up and it's going to show, or you're going to choose how to be okay in the midst of the chaos. And usually that's when people discover peace, not associated with anyone else or anything, just in solitude with self. You know, you find the confidence, knowing that either it's going to work it out or you're going to figure it out. So you're cool. Shit happens. Shit is always happening, but it's going to work out. So you are at peace. So you move through life kind of at ease and things kind of gravitate towards you because you're really just moving to maintain this peace that you've experienced for real, for real. And now things start to shift because what I thought was peace, I really was tripping. I was tripping with myself. And now I really don't need nothing or no one to make me be at happiness, be content. I'm good. Once you experience that absolute peace that's not associated with anybody or anything, baby, you start setting hella boundaries. It's like, wait a minute. I know I probably would have allowed you to get away with that, but I no longer have to choose to tolerate this bullshit because I'm really good. Like, I appreciate it. You were good people, but yeah, I don't want to do this no more. You're disturbing my peace. And I just choose to step away versus allowing you to disturb my peace, right? Like, it's not worth it. You're not contributing that much to my life for me to swap off peace for. No, I'm good. So you start setting boundaries and you start losing people. Well, it feels like you're losing people, but you're really not. You're just setting healthy boundaries for people who um have known that they've been able to cross the boundaries to disrupt your good energy, right? Because as I stated in the beginning, it's not anyone's responsibility to be your peace, nor should you give that responsibility to someone. Like, what? I'm going through my own shit. Like, I am going through my own stuff. I can't go above and beyond to make sure that I'm zen for you at all costs, especially if that energy isn't being returned. So that's like the tricky part. Some people really have really good energy and they were born, in really good environments. So peaceful environments. So it was something that was embedded in them already. So they go into life with these healthy boundaries and this positive mindset because they know what ultimate peace is. Their parents gave them that gift in the household. So peace is the environment that they're accustomed to. So they have those boundaries. There are some people that just have good energy and are oblivious that people are seeking them out because they bring good energy and good vibes. And that's the problem. Because there are people out here that know and target individuals because they bring them peace in the middle of their chaotic, fucked up life. Not to be harsh, but so in exchange, you give them this good feeling and they feel like nothing else matters when they're around you. So they like to be around you, but they're unloading their bullshit on you, right? And once they leave, you're kind of like stuck with all this extra baggage they dropped off. And now you got to shake that off, deal with whatever situation you may already be going through to get back grounded and get back to this peaceful moment. So it's kind of like a responsibility that you have taken on to allow these people to have access to you and to be their peace while they unload their chaos on you. Um, so that's a hard responsibility, and that's a lot. That's a lot for sure. I feel like from my own personal journey, once I really did discover, like seriously, okay, this is really cool. Like this is what peace of mind feels like. Like okay, and you start relying on yourself and what you can figure out because it's pretty chill. Then you start moving differently and you're kind of okay with losing the connections that you really thought were like these awesome friendships or awesome relationships or awesome business partnerships, and you start to really reevaluate a lot of shit. Like I've left jobs that pay me real good, but them motherfuckers had me fucked up and they was disrupting my peace. Now, wait a minute. I understand work-life balance, but y'all ain't about to kill me over from stress and y'all gonna replace me and I'ma be didn't had a stroke before I'm 35. No, I'm good. I know my credentials, my experience. I'm just gonna go to find another job that's less stressful so I can maintain my peace. Relationships from people that I like really fuck with and then still do. But it has its boundaries now. Like, no, every time something is going wrong in your life, don't call me first. Like, figure out a game plan first and then call me and be like, give me your feedback on my game plan of how to fix this fucked up situation. I done found myself in again. Like, we grown now. Don't call me. Don't, I mean, call me. But I ain't got no money for a pity party. I can't afford one for myself. So I can't give it to you anymore, especially if it's a repeat cycle because you're unloading. And I need to make some boundaries for my peace. So I asked a few of like my coworkers and some of my friends, basically, do you feel like people are entitled to be your peace once you give them access to you? And I noticed that the people that said no, they don't also said that they don't associate a peace of mind with anyone else. And the people that said yes, when I asked them, do you feel like it's someone's responsibility to be your peace? Those that did say yes, which they may not be wrong, that's their perspective of their life. But when I asked what was their definition of peace, it was more of a list of things or people. Um, So when I then asked them if someone crosses the line and disrupts your peace, do you have a problem walking away from them? And obviously, the people that who do not associate others with being their peace was like, no, no, they gotta go. And the people that admitted to being more forgiving and overlooking of certain things that later on did cause them some type of feelings that disrupted their peace, um, have a hard time letting people go. Ultimately, they're people pleasers, which is unfortunate, and I do feel bad for those type of people because, I mean, fuck them. That's basically how I said. You disrupt my peace, you gotta go. I'm sorry. Like, you ain't helping me pay no bills and you about to give me a headache. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. There's too much going on in the world now. Gas is high, groceries is a shortage and they high. I'm good. I really need to find and maintain peace. Um, but the crazy thing is, I feel like once people really find whatever they have to go through to achieve the real source of peace, it's almost dangerous though. Like, if you find peace of mind in solitude, you might actually look up and be like, I probably should be more social. When people start being like, bro, where you been? Like, what's been up? What's new with you? And you really haven't been up to too much of anything, it's probably yeah, you probably should socialize a little bit more. Like, you can maintain peace, but don't be isolated from the world. I do feel like, though, on the positive side, um it sucks to have to go through anything heavy. It really does. But for the people that are currently going through some really fucked up shit, some heavy shit, or the people that's coming out of it, or the people that see it, some fucked up shit coming their way, and it's kind of inevitable. Once you choose like to really get through it, like on some, okay, it is what it is. I gotta make some shit shake, or whatever happens, I'm gonna bounce back. Once you really get that like mentality, again, that's how you discover that peace. Like, if you have to go through some stuff by yourself and you come out better solo and you achieve that on your own, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you nothing. And then again, that peace of mind that you obtain while going through this situation by yourself is how you discover peace. So it's going to be natural, like, bro, no boundaries. But in return, like I said, you move different. So you really have no ill intent. You really not letting people get on your fucking nerves because you are setting boundaries. So if I allow you to fuck with me, because I gave you permission to come over here and fuck with me, I ain't about to be having nobody up in my circle and just causing havoc, like just being negative and toxic and ain't got nothing going. No, you got to move around. I'll speak to you. Hey, how you doing? I hope all is well, but you got to move around with that energy. So once you start setting those healthy boundaries, then you have more room to attract more like-minded people. Right. So then you start meeting other motherfuckers that's just on some really good living life, making money, being prosperous, like good energy to maintain their own peace. They not worried about being your peace. They not asking you to be their peace. They coming at you with it. Like, I'm already good. Then you really start moving differently. Because now it's like, no, not only am I setting boundaries, but you really can go all the way over there because that's a choice. When someone finds comfort in the chaos that they either created in their life or they're choosing to stay around in their life, and they know this, so they go out in life and they search out people that are at their absolute peaceful level and they unload their issues on them. Those are people that you probably don't want to associate with. Right? Like, even if you feel sorry for them and they're in a bad situation and they're in a bad spot. We all go through our bad spots. Remember, usually you obtain your peace by going through some tough shit alone. So I understand we all go through some shit. But some people choose to just lay in it and wallow in it. eating hell, trying to sell shit pies, like trying to make the best out of a fucked up situation as an excuse to keep them from actually making some type of change. You continue to allow these people to have some type of access to you, even if it's on a general basis, eventually you're going to get annoyed, or you're going to allow them too much access to you, and you're going to get ungrounded and your peace will be disrupted. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, again, it's too much already going on in the world. So, the questions I'm going to leave you with today: do you associate your idea of peace with anyone or anything? And if you do, why is that? To the people who feel like they don't associate their peace with anyone or anything, and they're confident that they've obtained the true definition and feeling of peace and the happiness that's associated with it, do you feel like you have become antisocial? Do you feel like you have kind of closed off yourself as an excuse to protect your peace? Or are you really just living life and attracting good energy and like-minded people? How's that working out for you? Can you tell if other people's haven't really experienced peace? I know I can. I mean, it's like we're in the age of everybody's so spiritual and everybody's reading tarot cards and everyone's into astrology and they want to know when the sun rises. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe in some of the practices, but everybody swear that they have the absolute game play to find happiness and tranquility and all that good shit. But then you really start like talking to these motherfuckers, like for real, and you like look behind the curtain and see what's really going on, and you be like, no, the fuck? Who have you been? Who's telling you no? You got too much going on, and I'm good. I'm good. I'll continue to like your post on Instagram, but get the fuck away from me. Healthy boundaries. But no, those are the questions. Do you associate your idea of peace with anyone or anything? And if you do, why? Why do you do that? For people who feel like they've already obtained peace, are you at the point in your life that you have set beyond healthy boundaries to where you've kind of isolated yourself? You're living a life, but you're not living it so socially, let's say. And can you observe, if you are social and amongst these crazy people, can you discern when someone really is full of shit, right? Like they got the crystals on, but bruh, they so chaotic and all over the place. Have you gotten to that point in life, and how is that working out for you? Is it gravitating you good energy? Is it lonely? Like, let me know what's going on. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. I don't want to take up too much time on your hump day, you know. I appreciate y'all listening to my thoughts, and I look forward to your feedback in your inboxes so we can have some deeper conversations. Feel free to leave me a voice message. This is how I can communicate with you guys outside of the DMs, which I still appreciate those. Um, Share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow me on social media. EnviiDee, EnviiDee. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I really can't get the hang of Twitter, but you know, it is what it is. I'm getting old, I guess. But yeah, fuck with your girl. But remember, judge me not. I always operate in a safe space so we can have real conversations with real people. Y'all see how I plugged that? I did that. I did that. But no, I hope I made you think a little different. I hope I made you think a little deeper. I hope this inspires some really intriguing conversations within your social circle. But most of all, I hope I gave you good energy and put a smile on your face. That is my main goal. Again, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Judge Me Not. And I hope you have a good day. Hey guys, if y'all want to keep up with me, you can follow me on social media platforms. I'm on Twitter at Judge Me Not. Also on Instagram at judge_me_not. Me is spelled MII. Or you can follow me at EnviiDee, EnviiDee.